May I have your attention, please? It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's rock.
I'm back. Wait, 6 or 5 bitch and they can't get in the overdrive. I'm back. Y'all be hating that I'm alive. Well, guess who's back? I'm back. Gobble. I'm back. Wait, 6 or 5 bitch and they can't get in the overdrive. I'm back. Y'all be hating that I'm alive. Well, guess who's back? I'm back. Gobble. I'm back. Wait, 6 or 5 bitch and they can't get in the overdrive. I'm back. Y'all be hating that I'm alive. Well, guess who's back? I'm back. Gobble. I'm back. Wait, 6 or 5 bitch and they can't get in the overdrive. I'm back. Y'all be hating that I'm alive. Well, guess who's back? I'm back. Gobble. About to commit a crime on these fools one at a time. Cause they ever seen a mind as dangerous as mine. These fools will be running around blind, wishing they had a 9. What you're afraid of, remember I'm dying. It's either heaven or hell, but books be giving up in that cell. While Johnny and PBR fixing to go to jail. And don't forget also reacts who can't even count to 12. Whole pace is so stressed, cause he's never laid hands on 2 breasts. Getting off on grandma's wrinkled chest. Y'all forgot I'm way 615. I'm back. Gobble. Y'all forgot I'm way 615. I'm back. Gobble. Y'all forgot I'm way 615. Gobble. Now you got all that burn, kicking pregnant women while they're down, being the biggest rat in this town. Going to your DQ acting the clown, filming and threatening little minors, acting like a little whiner. This lazy butt goes on YouTube as the king of e-begging, wanting others I'll pay the debt from all the charging, even asking for a trailer so they can get moving. Johnny, you're a loser, you never win, and you know pedaling up against me would be your biggest sin. I do to you what Lyle and Eric Menendez done to the cat. I'm back. Johnny, gobble. Don't think I'm weak like Ronnie. I'm back. Johnny, I'm back. Don't think I'm weak like Ronnie. Gobble. Wait, 615. I fight to survive cause I have that drive. But you keep talking that crap on Creek Squad and you might just meet your God. Hope you get a bodyguard cause like I said before, I'm back. Wait, 6 or 5 being is back. Gobble. Coming with a full force attack. I'm back. Wait, 615 is back. I'm tired of all the smack. Gobble. I'm back. Wait, 615 is back. Who's back? Wait, 615 is back. Wait, 615 is back. Wait, 615 is back. Gobble. Coming with a full force attack. I'm back. Wait, 615 is back. I'm tired of all the smack. I'm back. Wait, 615 is back. Who's back? Wait, 615 is back.
Yeah. Tag burns, don't you know by now you can't set me off. I'm hard and you're wet and soft. First you was down with Native J, now you hanging with Buddha Bombay. Dag burn, domination, who you fooling? Y'all fools just phony. I put that on my family, the Creep Squad homies. Wet brain boys on your team, so you're losing. Just to put your trick. You over the living in Section 8, living off the people of the state. You could run 100 miles, there's nowhere to go. But I'm CREEKSQUAD, and you're just a DICK sucking hoe. We winning and you're getting down with no Vaseline. Church is making millions. He don't care about some fake punk feelings. You're over there getting pounded hard and quick when you need to be learning arithmetic. We all heard you gave up the draws, getting gangbanged by your PD's little pick. Even heard you say your daddy was like P. Diddy. Now Zach is Belinda's new fella, treating her like a ready teller. Now they got you wearing a purse and high heels. I don't get paid by church. 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 But we all know you and Mo snitch. Thinking that 500 will make you rich, but y'all still a bitch. Got Stevens humble, hurt the little maggot. Boy got scared and ran like a rabbit. And Austin reacts who you can't believe a word he has to say. While you getting pounded by Jay Prez, Tyrone and Native Jay. Get off YouTube, it's that simple. Or put a bullet in your temple. Cause you'll never be accepted by Creek Squad. That's a fact, just ask God. Pulling wolves with that GoFundMe scams. Now I gotta play silence of the lambs with a half-pint midget who's a pop too. Trying to mess with me, well F you. Take this pill like you take that pound and with no Vaseline. Yo, Gil. But we all know you and Mo snitch. Thinking that 500 will make you rich, but y'all still a bitch. Cause Stevens humble as a little maggot. Boy got scared, ran like a rabbit. And Austin reacts who you can't believe a word he has to say. But no Vaseline. No Vaseline. But no Vaseline. Yeah. But we all know you and Merle snitch. Thinking that 500 will make you rich, but y'all still a bitch. Got Stevens humble, hurt the little maggot. Boy got scared and ran like a rabbit. And Austin reacts who you can't believe a word he has to say. While you getting pounded by Jay Prez, Tyrone and Native Jay.
Creek Squad, assemble! How's it going, everybody? Hope y'all have had a great week so far. It's good to be back. It's great to be back. I want to thank all of y'all that reached out to see how I'm doing. I know I done a couple of lives last week that were members only. But yeah, I want to get them out of the way. I promised them lives, and well, that's what I done. So, of course, I did see a couple people complaining about me doing membership lives, because that way we could talk about people and them not see it. Hey, if you want to know what we talk about on our membership lives, join. I mean, it's only $2.99. If you can't afford $3 a month, you know, you're worried I'm going to talk about you, Martin. I mean, just saying. But that's great. It's really great to see y'all in here. I tell you what, we started off with a full house tonight. So let me get to acknowledging who all is off in here and get this thing on comments over here now. Gonna take a while to get back to the top. We had several people in here 30-40 minutes before the show already chatting. I was excited to see that. Had Blue Eyes. Great to see you, Blue Eyes. Apple Creek in here, one of my great mods. Miss Kathy says happy to doing a live. Love the title. I've heard a lot of people say they love the title and love the thumbnail. That it reminded them of an old soap opera, the beginning. Sunflower Dragon, how are you? So yeah, I guess you put that in there last night. They had started. No, wasn't last night. I set it up last night, but no, it was for tonight. Hopefully she's in here. Country Bro, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Hope that new channel is growing. If not, you know, folks, if y'all haven't subscribed to his new channel, please do so. I'm sure one of my mods will be dropping the link for him. But yeah, if you don't mind, go over there, sub up to his new channel. Smart Mouth, how's it going? Miss Sonia? Yeah, so there we go, folks. They're talking about the soap opera days with that thumbnail. Christopher Cunningham, how are you? Phoenix? A world famous Charlie D. How's it going, Charlie D? He's been, last time I seen, he was busy on his new channel. And to be honest with y'all, folks, when I was down, I didn't really get on YouTube for a whole bunch of those days. I mean, there was nothing. I didn't even touch the phone. So, Brandy Day, how are you? Pixie 5150, how are you? Great to see you in here. Hope you enjoy the night. I hope it, I'm planning on us having some fun. Miss Michelle D, another great mod. I've got several. I may have skipped some of y'all that about being mods, and if I have, Brandy Day is one of them. And Sean, how's it going? Like Miss Apple Creek's one of them. Let's go scroll on down. Several of these I've hit. I think I said hi to Sean. Not today. So before Madness starts, just showing some support. I appreciate that. Not today. Big Shy Redneck, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Dave? Christopher Cunningham? Yeah, he has been flexing with that check stub. Hey, when you're 39, fixing to turn 40, and you're just now getting a job and sticking to it, he's looking at all the things he's missed, and everybody's told him. I mean, people have told him that's what he needed to do. And it's better for his health. Yankees for life. Great to see you in here. Nitro and Gunner. Now, is this Nitro watching or Gunner? No. Says good evening. Great to see you back. Let's see here. We got Claire from the UK. Tattoo Teardrops. HB Tennessee. Justice Roberts. Robin's Mach 1. Robin, I hope you're doing well. Loki. Brandy B. Let's go through some of these names. So it won't be 40 minutes or so before we get going. Miss Kathy. Kayla G. Jay Press, how are you, Jay Press? Hope you're doing well. Don, how are you? Great to see you, bud. Socks, Creek Squad for life, how are you? Montag, saying it. Shout out to Randy and them. Captain America, how are you? Hope you're doing good. Straight Hooter Shooter, how are you? I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. My energy level's up quite a bit. It was up somewhat last week when I done a membership live and all. I think I overdone it, stayed up too long, and then the following day or following night, it knocked me right back. Jennifer, hope you're doing well. Okay, I think I've got everybody. If I skip you, OG Rob, how are you? Then please forgive me. Now, see, Squirter got timed out. Folks, look, you're welcome to come in to chat. The more the merrier. Now, if you say some things that are dirty or doxing or talking about children, my mods are going to time them out. It's not me. It's the mods. I have all the faith in the world in my mods. So, and most of the time they start off easy. You start off with a small 5-10 second timeout and work your way up. This one was just a straight, yeah, you're gone for quite some time. So it must have been something bad. I'm not even going to look to see what it was. But yeah, folks, just be respectful. We're all here to have fun. We are picking on a few people, but that's because they pick on us. So with that said, I guess it's time to get this show on the road. So I did say that a lot of people were talking about the thumbnail. They like the thumbnail. So I'm going to pull that up first. And, a lot of times when I do something like this, I do a list. It's normally don't have the background that it does, but I had to put, I'm 615, folks. I had to put up the Nashville. I've done that several times before, but not when I'm doing this. Okay, I'm already getting messages. But no, that's what I elected to put up, and these were some of the things I had seen. So Johnny's talking about his job. He's a painter. It's his career. Now, Johnny, that's not a career. Not for you. Right now, it's a job. When you get now, I think they consider about 5 years. It used to be 10 years, but when you do something for 5 years or longer, then it's a career, not 4 weeks. So we're going to start off with just that, and then we're just going down the list. PBR, he's still lying about his income. He was over there telling folks going against that Otter Creek ordeal that he would buy stuff at storage units. He'd find things that are for $1,100, $1,200, $1,300, and he'd put it on his eBay. And he's making money hand and foot. Spend $200, $300 on the storage unit, and there'd be a bunch of knickknacks he could sell for $5 and $10, and there'd be several big items that he was selling for thousands of dollars. PBR, if that's the case, and you're making all this money on storage units, why so many bankruptcies? At what time period was you doing this and making all this money and rolling in the dough like you were telling them? See, it's the same story you were trying to pull over our eyes, and we came back and proved you wrong. Now you're going over to a different community and trying to talk the same shit. No, not as long as I'm still watching you. I'm going to call you out on that shit. Now, I did hear that AD finally realized who Jasmine is. That Jasmine was crying about apparently he wasn't blocking people or something like that. He wasn't running his channel the way she wanted. And he took a stand. And now we see that Jasmine's going after AD, along with a bunch of stuff going on out there. Now, Mr. Martin, I'm not going to talk too much about him because he's really not, well, he's not worthy. There's really nothing to him other than lies. But Martin, quit lying to yourself. Go ahead and tell everybody that you're living with a family member. Quit referring to your family member as your girlfriend, fiance. Sometimes you call her your wife. You call her kids your kids, that you're their father, in a sense. And that's not it. Even if you were to marry her, you'd only be a stepfather. No, I doubt, knowing you would ever adopt them, because you don't care about nobody but yourself. And the fun fact is that your woman, that so-called woman, is always gone on weekends. She's always going off with the kids and stuff like that. But yet you're always in the basement doing lives. How come you're never off with them, spending quality so-called family time? See, that's why I call bullshit. So tell your cousin we said hi. Now, Miss Jasmine, I've seen all week in the community posts and stuff like that, she cannot move on. Jasmine, that is unhealthy for you. You're still going after the same people that you've been going after for 8 months about the same thing. And yet you've never showed any receipts. Linda has showed multiple receipts. Angela Fender has showed multiple receipts. All these other ladies have showed multiple receipts. You have failed to show anything. Anything. Move on. you've already been booted from several communities. There's a few stragglers that like you, but just move on. It'd be healthier for you. I mean, folks, it's kind of pitiful. It really truly is. I mean, the other night I was listening to Martin. I couldn't sleep, and at times there's really nobody on, and so it didn't leave too much of a choice. Now Martin was crying that he kept mentioning my name several times this week, and folks, when was the last time I done a live? When was the last time I talked about him? When was the last time I done a video, whether it be a short or a regular video about Martin? But yet he constantly wants to bring up my name. Now, Martin, I appreciate it, but I'm not that type, buddy. I like the female version. I like the taco. I know you're a burrito lover, but go back to Crooksville, Ohio, and you can see your daddy over there. But he was crying and complaining that I'm doing a bunch of membership lives, and in my membership lives is where I'm doing all my so-called shit talking about him and everybody else. He just thinks that we all talk about him, that he's this big old thing. So I figured on my next membership live, it's probably going to look like this, members only live, so Martin can cry about it. And look, Martin, look down there at the bottom left-hand corner. There's something else you can cry about. I mean, you're really truly acting like just a big old crybaby. I even made a avatar for you, just special for you. I mean, and I don't normally do that for folks, but yeah. So we got Martin right there. There we go. Now, Martin, I'll give you your 15 seconds of fame. I know when I first came in here on this live, I probably had more people in my live than you've had in your last 15 lives altogether throughout the whole live. So, and you're Mr. YouTube, you're going to be popular. You're going to have this big old podcast. You've already burnt down 6 channels and running 2 right now, trying to hide on one. There again, that doesn't work. And we know what happens when people keep crying, wanting attention from certain people. Eventually, they get the attention, and then they cry about the attention. I mean, I heard apparently Ryan referred to somebody. Well, I guess he's a cokehead. I mean, and that would be, as we refer to, the wood chipper. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? Oh, wood chipper. And her and her husband really didn't like it. Oh, well, now let me get to this comment right here. Where is he at? If his comments were as big as his mouth, I could have spotted it. But because, all right. So, dumb genius. He's telling Rusty that he turned on his own friend. I'm not going to speak for Rusty, Gene, but I will say this. Sometimes between 2 friends, when one friend does something that's just wrong and it can cause harm to other people, maybe that's why he separated. I don't know. I'm not Rusty. I'm not going to speak for Rusty. But yeah, I mean, what about you? You kind of turned your back on books, didn't you, Gene? You kind of left the worst person ever, but Square. You left it up to Square to take care of them. I mean, have you sent them all the money that's been was donated on your channel? Bet not. Just saying. Oh, so let's see here. You say you sent plenty of money, huh? I mean, you just absolutely sent that money. Can you prove it? Can you prove that you sent everything that was sent in? I mean, it should be awful easy to. But there again, knowing you, I doubt you will. And talking about Rich, because he had sent me a message. He had done a live about some of the things that I kind of questioned. Unfortunately, I didn't see it until like the following day, maybe 2 days later, because of being sick. So, Rich, if you're listening, that's the reason I didn't come up on the live. Actually, I didn't even listen to the live yet. But yeah, sorry about that. Why do I hold money in such high regard? How do I hold money in high regard? What I'm saying is when people were sending you money to send to books, I'm asking if you sent all that money over or did you keep some for yourself? Maybe send 100 over there to Bird so she can have a snack. I've never held money in high regard. Matter of fact, prove it. Show me where I hold money in such high regard. Money's important. I mean, in life, if you want to do things, certain things, you've got to have an income. You got to have money. Never said anything about being rich, anything like that. Hell, I know people that are extremely rich and I know people that are extremely poor. Some of the extremely poor I'd rather hang out with than I would the extremely rich. But there again, what I'm questioning you is, did you turn over the money that was sent to you for the sole purpose of sending the books? Or did you pocket it? Oh, Brandy, I I don't think anybody's going to disagree with you there. Uh, Christopher Cunningham, if he does, I'm going to tell you, the routing numbers have been all messed up because I've yet to see the first penny. But he does pay me in entertainments. I get to listen to his music, enjoy his old videos of comedy, and to know what kind of person he is. He's a damn good person with some damn good morals and integrity and respect, and does things for the people in his community that I know. To where there's people like him that have the same amount of money or more and do less and think that they're it. So, Gene, if that bothers you, then you need to take a self check. You need to step back, look at yourself, because there's really, truly something wrong. And yes, people are measured by their wealth by other people. But what's more important is their morals and integrity and the things they do. So you're saying Paula abuses her money all the time, a cash cow. Money can't buy happiness. How does she abuse her money? Exactly, Louisiana. Some folks are measured, and the people that are doing that, measuring them, that's where you got to look at their morals. Well, come on, dumb genius, answer that one for me. How does Paula abuse her money? I mean, let's look at it this way. If it's her money, she can do whatever she darn well pleases with it, right? And you just stated earlier, apparently money's not worth anything. So, that's kind of like a double negative there. Shane, let me ask you, education-wise, what was the farthest you went in high school? Because some of the things I've heard you say, some of the things I've seen you put in comments, makes me think you may have a 9th grade level education, which may be part of the issue. But it's okay, Skin. It's okay. If you were timed out, I wouldn't be able to see where you said I'm timed out. So, I guess you mean you're taking your time out because you're trying to figure what to say. What to say, kind of like how she used to tell you how to run your channel. Well, Phoenix, I mean, there are people that, because of their education, and we're just talking about general high school and all that in life, moving forward, it leaves them a little behind. Now, there are some people that, one of my dad's friends had a 7th grade education. Didn't even have a 7th grade education. He quit in 7th grade. Now, this man, if he was still alive, would be in his 80s. This guy had a business that was from Florida all the way to Canada known. And he stayed busy, and I mean, yeah, he had the smarts. Even, believe it or not, he learned the business smarts and the book smarts, how to run the business. Well, fella, how are you? Great to see you in here. Caught your live the other night. I listened to it. I was on my phone, and so sometimes it's hard for me to see the chat, so I didn't even get in on chat. So, Dumb Genius is answering back. Let's just see what he has to say. This is going to be kind of fun. People can survive without school. Your point. Okay, well, my first point is your sentence. People. But yeah, I mean, what, have you been over there with Austin Relapse? And yes, they can, but they're limited for a lot of them. Yeah, Christopher Cunningham said, yeah, some people can survive without school, but you lack basic skills. And I'm not making fun of anybody that quit. I'll be the first to tell you, I left high school in 10th grade over an issue, went back, finished it, and it was several years later before I realized I needed to further my education in the career that I was in. Yes, Johnny, I said career because I've got had over 20 years experience in the environmental field. Well, I didn't say Paula's because I was saying this. I don't pay too much attention to chat until I see the names that I'm talking with. mainly because the small lettering. My point is, Gene, that with your education, so if you did drop out, in whatever grade, I don't know, but whatever grade, that's your maximum point that you know. And unless you yourself have actually educated yourself, do a lot of reading, try to learn things, then yeah, you're stuck. You're stuck at a point. I don't down anybody that, you know, I know several people that have quit school. I've known people that have quit school and had a better career than those that went to college for 4 years. But it's the drive. You know, at that age, if you're going to quit and give up on something, then what are you going to quit and give up on later in life? You realize it's easy just to give up and quit. So, why? Now, there are some people that quit because issues at home, family, you know, and all that, and that's understandable. But they have the will to continue their education in ways that may not be in school. But getting back to the original, what me and you started on, show a receipt to where all the money that was donated to your channel to send to books that you sent it over. That's all the people are asking. Louisiana, I agree with you. He's protecting. He's just wanting to come in, stir up the pot, get his name noticed, and hope that his channel grow a little bit more. It's normally stale over there. I mean, look, let's see who he's got. Johnny, Mocon. I mean, yeah, it's like if YouTube was a barrel and you empty that barrel and you had to scrape the bottom of the barrel, well, about the second or third layer that you had to scrape out would be what is known as the cream team. That would be Gene's little group over there. The kind that don't mind that if you dox kids or talk about other things that all the other communities don't like. Because Gene has no morals, no integrity, and doesn't care. Which shows you right there what kind of family man he is. Gail, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Great to see you, and I hope the goats are doing better. Matter of fact, I tell you what, I know all of us here, you know, we're a big family. We love Gail and Skylar and Billy and all them. And then, of course, we got the little one. I mean, you know, she is so precious looking. Billy and Skylar are lucky. They truly are. And Miss Gail, I hadn't seen you in a while or spoke with you in a while. So I'll tell you what, if you want to grab the link, you're more than welcome. I know it's, well, our time, it's about 20 till 9. So I know you may be messing with the kids, but oh, and another thing, Dumb Genius, while I'm thinking about it, I did see, and I don't know exactly when it was. I'm thinking it's a while back, but you know, when you want to go on and you want to talk about somebody that has had a terrible life experience with something that happened to one of their family members, let me ask you this: if that would have happened to your brother, your sister, your mother, how would you have felt if somebody on one of the other communities went and talked the bullshit you talked? Only thing I can say is it's probably a good thing you don't live close to them, because that can really trigger somebody. Got you, man. How are you? Hope you're doing well. And then y'all bitch and cry about where y'all take things off YouTube. Explain that one to me. Don, don't know for sure. I really hadn't spoke with him. I tried calling him earlier and texting him, and since our members live that night, I hadn't seen or heard from him. So I really don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's had some issues. Ended up back in the hospital. We do know he's had some family members that are sick. So, and outside that, I'm not going to discuss his family issues because, well, that's not my job. That's not my family. That's not my place. That would be his. And y'all know how I am about that. Me, I'll discuss all mine all you want, but I will not discuss somebody else's without them knowing about it and their approval. Now, somebody we're going after and have said some bad things, want to say something, there you never know what I'm going to throw out. I'll be the first to admit. Now, I ain't going to dox no kids and all that. We're not like that. Now, they've hollered, well, you're talking about my daughter or my kid. You for years have had your daughter on lives, talked about your daughter, your son, and all that. You have made them a focus of your videos, and therefore we can talk about what your lives and videos were. If you put it out there, then it's your fault. Oh, well, Phoenix, so I'm a hypocrite because you will attack people on YouTube but won't speak on any one family. You are a hypocrite. No, Phoenix. See, when they say something about my family or something like that, some of them really cross the line, and I told them, hey, it's open game on you. There is no lines. You've done crossed the line. Some of them brought it over there, and I stated even after I done some of that I went farther than I ever thought I would on here, farther than I cared to, but I was pushed over that limit. I mean, if you think you can push me around and I'm not going to hit back, because if you push me, I'm going to hit you. If you slap me, I'm going to hit you. If you bring a knife to a fight, I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to one up. I'm too old. Y'all know what kind of shape I am, and I don't play games. Never have. Oh, Rusty, I don't mean to literally shoot, but figure of speech. I guess I need to put that out there for some of these. Well, he threatened, because some of them's IQ is just not up there enough to understand what I'm saying. Oh, and Farno, I'm born and bred right here in Tennessee. My blood is orange. I mean, Southern by the grace of God. I was watching a thing the other night. They were talking about the Civil War. 16 years after the Civil War ended, we almost had another Civil War. Didn't really know that, but we almost had another Civil War. and England was actually involved in this. But the main cause of it was because of, if y'all y'all ain't gonna believe this, you'd have to watch what I did, but Wyatt Earp and his brothers in the shootout at the OK Corral. If you ever watched Tombstone, a lot of that information is false, and I already knew that. But yeah, I watched some stuff the other night, documentary, that was extremely interesting. And because J.P. Morgan and a couple of the other rich individuals that are, I mean, Wales, there's a couple others, they are planning on buying the railroads that were already set up here. And it was Northern Pacific that owned it. Well, once that took place, and Wyatt Earp and them were accused of murder, and that was over a month before they were cleared. It was causing so much controversy. Earp's being from up north. I thought I cut that darn thing down. So yeah, it literally almost caused another civil war. Matter of fact, the president even got involved. Oh, Phoenix, I can, but a lot of times some of my mods or other people will message me, letting me know about something. And so when it does go off, when it either flashes or unfortunately had the volume up, I do stop and check. You know, that's the way this channel's run. You know, there's an option that you have. But my people know that. They know that I do take a little break to look down just to see who it is, what it's about, and if it's something I need to take care of. So it's kind of like when I'm outside, I'm always looking around. I don't just focus on one thing. You may get blindsided if you do that. My lives are never about one person, one thing. It's a great idea. It's awesome if you can do it that way. But we've had more fun when we get on here, we chat. It's like whether we have 20 people in here or 200 people in here, it's like sitting around in your den on couch, all your friends on the couch. We shoot the shit. We talk about what's going on. Hey, it may be a 2-hour live. It may be a 10-hour live. Isn't that right, Rusty? It may be a 10-hour live where we'd talk about one person the whole time. You can stop it all throughout that live, and we're discussing them while hovering over their house. See, that's the thing about it. Michael, how's it going? It is about having fun. Now, there are some people on here that they just want to get on here. They want to get well known, as they put it. They want to get YouTube famous. They want to make money. Well, best of luck to you. There are people that have done that, but they've had the knowledge. They knew before coming on exactly what to do, how to do it, how to hit it, and they've done well for themselves. Me, I came on here to have fun. And I'll be the first one to admit I'm amazed that I've got 3/4 of the people sub to me. So, but Phoenix, I mean, if we've upset you, if there's stuff going on that you don't like, you know, I'd love for you to stay. But if you've got other options on YouTube, I guarantee you there are multiple lives going on right now. Kathy O telling Rusty, thanks for the last. Yeah. You know, I've always thoroughly enjoyed Rusty's lives. I enjoyed when we done lives together. Rusty's one of those that he just not only tells it like it is, but he's got the receipts right there with him when he does it. He's not bullshitting you. Just like we do. Now, you know, there's time we get on here with Johnny or so and have fun with them, but you know, we're not gonna say something happened that didn't. But and he's got that voice for radio. Now, Rusty, I said the voice. I didn't say you had the face for radio, so don't come after me on that one now. Martin, on the other hand, he may have the face for radio, but he don't even have the voice for it. Well, Inferno, now, I don't believe Johnny's going to be going back to that Dairy Queen. I don't think he can. From my understanding, he's not allowed. Now, with that said, I have not seen any proof, but I've heard from multiple individuals that even live up there. One individual that had a family member that worked there and was there when that happened. So I'm putting that out there without having the receipts, but there's many people, and the people I've heard it from, and it kind of makes sense with what all happened. Miss Savannah, how are you? There's going to be a house coming up for sale down the road from you here in probably another month. Oh no, I would say that Dairy Queen don't want them back over there, like several of the other restaurants. Yeah, Fat Square. His PTSD he talked about on that was something else. I appreciate that, Savannah. Yes, like I said, I'm feeling a heck of a lot better. Matter of fact, being down all them weeks and all, and I don't know if y'all noticed, I think it was that last membership live, and if y'all were there, I went on camera for a few seconds. I mean, I was looking rough. My beard grown out somewhat. My goatee gotten real thick. My hair was way longer than I wanted it to be. Y'all know I like to keep it nice and trimmed. Went to a barbershop today. First time I've been to a barbershop. And well, I've told y'all about my dad, you know, how he used to get me with the barber strap. So yeah, but this guy don't do straight razor. And I'd asked my son, I said, look, I said, you know, I need to go somewhere that may have head wax, or, you know, they can take care of the head, because a lot of places won't shave the head up here. And yeah, this guy fixed me right up. Done it like I like it. Got my head nice and done. You can see a little bit of a line there. Trim my goatee down, shave me. This guy's great. And if anybody's in the 615 area, and if you're over right there at the Rutherford County, Davidson County line, listen to me. Go over to near Sherman. It's right there between the KFC and the Regions Bank. Turn in between there. As soon as you do, turn to the right. The business is right there. He is right there. The guy will hook you up. You're thinking you're talking to one of your family members. And I know some people are like, well, you know, some people won't go to a white barber because their hair, you know, and that's understandable, because I mean, the hair, you know, some hair is different than others. this guy is what a lot of people, since a lot of people refer to color, is a black guy, African American, how you want to refer to it. Took care of it, treated it well, and before I left, we talked why he cut, and afterwards, and I told him that over at this channel, he said he may stop by, and I told him, I said, look, I said, when you do, and you see people, you're going to see people in there say, what's up, skin, and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and explain that to you. And I explained to him where that came from, the story behind it, and what it meant. That guy thought that was one of the best things. So, and if he does come in here, y'all, please let me know. If y'all see somebody new, don't block them right off. Cause hey, I'll drop the invite for him. He can advertise his store all he wants. He done a real good job. When we sit back, we even talked about, we talked about the YouTube after a while, but we talked about the Steve McNair documentary that's on Netflix. Like I told him, there's 2 holidays in Nashville for sure that's just ruined. 4th of July and Christmas. 4th of July is when Steve McNair was taken from us. And Christmas, we had the bombing in downtown Nashville. Yeah, he's a big sports fanatic. You go into his shop. It's nice. It's a great feeling. There's 5 chairs. He's got all kind of sports pictures and memorabilia on the wall. Guy's in his 40s. And to be honest with you, he's older than what I thought he was. But very respectful. You're going to feel like you're talking to one of us. So like I said, if there's anybody in the 615 area, especially around the Davidson County, Rutherford County area, give them a try. Matter of fact, hold on, I'll pull up the name of the shop. Oh, I said I would. Yeah, Ridley's Barbershop over there on 3008 near Sherman Boulevard in Laverne. Great place, folks. Great place. I know, a lot of times y'all don't hear me promote businesses or stuff like that. And when I do, trust me, it's somebody that is well worthy. And no, I didn't get no discount from my haircut for doing this either. Now, Johnny, let's get back on Johnny for a second. He's talking about he's had other job opportunities, doing the same thing, but for other companies. And maybe a little bit more money. Well, number one, Johnny, if you're going to do that, it better be for a heck of a lot more money. But you just got at this place. This guy was willing to hire you. I'm sure he knew your background, or your apartment, complex, but stay there as long as you can. Because right now you're basically just a grunt. You got to work yourself up. 4 or 5 weeks. If you went to a job now, yeah, I'm a painter. Oh, really? How long you painted? 5 weeks. They're gonna laugh at you. You showed in your video the other day, you were over there painting around the window and then started at the corners. You were using a little trim roller. Now, Johnny, if you knew how to paint, if you was a good painter and all that, you'd go around them windows and everything with just a regular roller. Matter of fact, I'll tell you a little secret. If you take that roller, barely ease it off there, right to where it's clear, the edge right there, put your paint on there, go right along that window, right there, you got it. Same way with the corners. You don't have to use them little bitty old cheap-ass trim rollers unless you got a spot that's only like an inch or two opening to where you can't get the big roller in. But that giant area that you had, there's no need using multiple rollers, brushes, and stuff like that. See, what I think you were doing, I think you were getting all the trim work done so the other painters can come in there and knock it out. Matter of fact, since the whole apartment is the same color, I would guarantee it, because the actual painter's going to come in there after you do the trim work and they're going to spray it. Get in, get out. Now, if each room is a different color, but no, every apartment that you've shown that y'all have done, it's been the same color, which leads me to believe you're probably doing Section 8 apartments just by the color, which is well known in Section 8 apartments, the size of the rooms, and if you were this big painter, the clothes that you show that you have on in your video, when you come home and get on video, whether it's yours or your wife's, there's not much paint on them. That's why I say you're just doing the little trim work. You're the gopher. A true painter, a real painter. I mean, you get someone 15, 20 years, they're going to embarrass the shit out of you. They're going to take a 3-inch paintbrush and paint the trim in the windows. And 98% of them probably won't even get paint on the window, because they know what they're doing. But you, I bet you're the type, you'd go get an inch, maybe a half-inch or 3/4-inch brush and dab it and little touch paint, kind of like your paintings that you used to do. But that's okay. I'm not mad. At least you're making an effort. You're getting out there working. But flexing the way you are, you know, there's a lot of people out here make more than $18 an hour. A lot of people. There's a lot of people out here that don't make $18 an hour and work a lot harder than you. So keep that in mind, because it could be somebody in these communities start dropping their stuff and embarrassing the dog shit out of you. Be happy with what you're making. Keep doing what you're doing. Start making more. And maybe, since it hadn't worked in the past 2 years, maybe you can eventually get out of that apartment, actually get you a house, you know, because every year, you know, you're going to land into a bunch of money, you're going to move, you know, all this stuff, and do that. And by the way, Johnny, to let you know, no, we don't hate that you're buying merch. Why would we hate? That's money going into Ryan's pocket. We all know, most all of us know that have known you for quite some time, know that you like his music. However, the things that you have done, the ways you have attacked Ryan, the way you have attacked Ryan's family, the way you have tried to make money off his family by trying to extort him, the way you have tried to, when you said you were going to contact his little sister, knowing she was underage. And the reason I say that, he had videos of her out on stage in the concert. And as much as you like Ryan, there's no way you never seen that. That's what doesn't make you a creeker. Right there, your actions. But we all know you like the music. And we all know you like Ryan. Hell, anybody that keeps drawing pictures of him and all that stuff. But put it this way, you'll never, I don't care how much you change, I don't ever see you coming off the list to where you can go to a concert. But keep trying. Keep trying. And Johnny, if you're into all this positivity, why is it you delete some of your lives right afterwards? Are you afraid people, the 68 people that didn't watch you, may realize that you said some stuff that you don't want out there? Along with her too, but you know, kind of weird. You hadn't quite got to where you want to be, but you say you're at. Yeah. And Martin was talking about the painting. Oh, yeah, my dad, that's what he done. He was a big painter, and he'll tell you, you know, if you're a good painter, you're going to be doing this, this, and this. Martin, I'll put up some painters that all they do are little houses and stuff like that against your dad or any painter that you're talking about any day. Any day. See, Martin, it's kind of like all your other stories. You hear part of something, run with it like you've known about it forever and don't know shit. And if people listen to your story long enough, they know it's bullshit. But you've got those uneducated people, those low IQ, that's giving you a, you know, go get them. I mean, some of them that follow you have multiple family members that have tried to get them in the hospital for mental evaluations. Just saying. No names mentioned, but yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, man, that's like John, you know, the Tattoo Teardrop said, even the crackheads lock their cars when the Gobles go by. Yeah. And, you know, Johnny gets mad because people make that sound at him. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Johnny, when they started calling you that, you said you run with it. Matter of fact, a couple days later, you said if a turkey and a chicken got in a fight, who would win? Referring to Ryan. And you ran with it. So if people are going to make that noise because it has, you know, it's attached to you, you can't be mad. I mean, would you have been mad if you'd have walked in and they went, "Dag burn"? No, that you would. You'd have felt proud. You'd have thought, yep, they know who I am. I'm YouTube famous. You'd have been like Martin over there, you know, with his make-believe cable guy that he gave the Bible to and that knew who he was and knew everything about Creek Squad. But yeah. But then you really showed how scared, low, and people really got a good laugh at you in one sense when you filed a suit against the Gotcha Man because he ate at the Paintsville Dairy Queen. He come to my town. He come to my town. How many people come to your town daily that don't live there. You gonna sue each one of them? Well, Christopher Cunningham, not only the car, what about child support? Now that Johnny's working, and people have stated for over 2 years that he still owes on child support, is the state going to start taking that? But no, it's funny how Johnny and Melinda, which Melinda didn't change as much as Johnny. I mean, she's still stuck real quick. And, you know, what had happened, to my understanding, they found out, I don't know if it was their little friend over there with the DA's office or if it was somebody in law enforcement or what, but told them, said, hey, you realize you could be held reliable for all the stuff you're saying about these other people. And there may be something more behind the story. But yeah, he all of a sudden, you know, he wanted to do that major change again. Oh, Brandy Day. So, PBR. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. So, his channel was at 4,910 for the longest. I mean, for the longest. He'd done a live, and 2 days later, after his live had pretty much quit being watched and everything, picks up 100 subs. Then a few days later, he done a little video, I think it was, and then a few days passed after that, and he picked up like 50. Now y'all can go over to Social Blade. It may still be up inside that month. I don't know. I think that either PBR or somebody had bought him some. But now I will say this to remind y'all, especially those of y'all that have been watching long enough, and PBR or anybody that's watching for PBR's side. Now PBR, you're almost at 5,200. You've crossed that 5,000 mark pretty well, and for some time now. How come you hadn't done that giveaway you promised everybody over a year ago? Remember that, don't you? Now, his giveaway will probably be like Johnny's giveaway, you know, drawing a name out of a hat, which means it'll probably be 2 or 3 people in the hat, no matter how many people sign up for it. But Sherry said somebody said on a channel Merle lost her job. Well, no, that would be interesting if we knew who it was. Yeah. How long ago was that, Sherry? I mean, I would actually be real interested to find out if that's true. Y'all excuse me 1 minute. Oh, that didn't sound good. But here's the reason I say that that because she thought I was joking around. So when let's start her off with her husband had told me to die several times because of my cancer. You know, you got that whole ordeal. Then they said that I was faking cancer, and I put out my proof 3 times. Now, 2 of them are still out. The second one I had to take down because there were some things in that other live that, well, Safety wise, I just needed to take down, but 3 times. Now, if Melinda's as knowledgeable in the medical field as she claims, she should be able to understand that. The average person was able to read it and understand it. Okay, how's it going? So, Phoenix, wrong with what rumors? I'm not saying she lost her job. I'm saying I'd like to find out if that's the case. Now, if you would continue listening, you would understand why. But if you're saying it's a rumor that I put out my receipts, yeah, I think you need to go back and watch. Maybe learn to read. Maybe that's why you couldn't understand. Maybe you're a lot like Austin Reacts and Harlow and all of them. But yeah, saying she kept making comments and then saying that she never said it. Well, it's in your lives. You may only spent 5 seconds saying it and went on, but you said it. And I've got a whole collection of your lives. I've got a ton of your lives. And I have got a shitload of Johnny's lives. Along with a few other people. Every live, every video, every short that you could imagine. You put some of that together, and CNAs are viewed and watched by the Kentucky Nurses Association, the CNA. And they have a nice little website. They have it to where you can file a complaint. They have it to where you can call about a complaint. And I told her that if she kept on, what I was going to do. Now, I have never called to cost anybody their job. I've made them think that I was doing certain things, like calling where they live and all the apartment complexes and all that, but never had. Matter of fact, in that live with Triple T, I actually said it would be a shame if somebody called them. Didn't say it was going to be me. That's what I told her, but no, they came back. It was me and me, you know, like, well, show the proof. So, show it where it was me. The only person's job I'd ever called or notified was Martin's. When he went live while working and doing some of the things that he was doing, I sent them the link to that live. Also to 1 or 2 other of his lives where he was talking about the employees. Other than that, that's all I've ever done. But there again, see, Melinda, you know, when your husband has called my wife, Tattoo Teardrops saying, not true, Wade. What's not true? Oh, I called your job when you was dancing on a pole. Well, you know, that's just to get your number. But, yeah. But when Johnny had called my wife, left a nice little voicemail that y'all have heard. I played it. I played the voicemail that Martin left at her work phone. My wife doesn't have a YouTube channel. My wife doesn't get on YouTube. The one time she got on YouTube was the day that Johnny first told me to die, you son of a bitch, die. And it was a 2.5 minute ordeal. And Triple T tore into him. So, but Merle kept on, warned her. So yes, I did contact the KNA. I did file a report. I did send links. I even sent video after they were interested. And if she lost her job, and if that was because of the reason, she can blame me all she wants. That's her getting away from not realizing that it was her actions that caused it. And I hate to see anybody lose their job, especially today's times. And the bad thing about that is, depending on the court's rulings with Trump, with some new charges that are coming up, this could cost him the run for the election. Yeah, Christopher Cunningham. Not only Martin, but I've heard several other people. So when my mods time you out, folks, that doesn't mean you're banned. It's a timeout, whether it's a 10-second, a 30-second, a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or you get the big 24-hour. But that's a timeout. That's putting you in the corner. That's taking the ruler to your hand and telling you, stop doing what you're doing. But you do something bad enough, well, yes, you will get banned. And don't come crying to me because you got banned, because, like I told you, I have all the confidence and respect in my mods. If I didn't, do you think I'd have them? I've got people that can actually log into my YouTube. They can put any video on private, delete any video, or whatever. Same way with StreamYard right now. They could come in, they could hit that end live button or end stream right now. It's people that I trust, people that I respect. So that's being with Johnny and Woodchipper and Martin. Now, and it's a shame that, I don't know what's going on with Seaper. I'm sure it's something bad. Jasmine. And I'm not going to speak much on her. I spoke I'm pretty much almost enough earlier. But Jasmine, you've got to realize that a lot of these people out here aren't talking about you unless you have put something in comments that they seen. You do a community post or a video. Then that's when they come back. These people don't care about you. All of them have rather see you just go on. Move on. And I don't understand why you can't do that. Start over. I'm not saying delete your channel, but just start fresh. Take you a break. Take you a couple weeks from YouTube. Don't even watch videos, anything like that. Just stay away from YouTube. And then come back on. Let's see how you think, if you think differently. Not today. Joe? Demon Killer? But yeah. But that's all these people are wanting, Jasmine. Move on. I mean, you were involved in some darn good communities. Extremely good communities. And they treated you like family. And now look what happened. Christopher Cunningham, Seaper don't really mention anything unless somebody has sent him something to where she's mentioned his name in a chat or a post or something like that. Because her multiple channels that she's got, and wants to act like they're not hers. Some of them actually, I think, her and Wes probably sharing together. But yeah, I mean, if she's going to continue on, then he's going to continue on. And honestly, Safer brother, if you're listening, uh, just just let her have her 15 seconds of glory. I mean, she's yesterday's news. Nobody wants her. Not when she's acting like that. Yeah, Brandy. That is definitely true. There are some issues there. I think Joe needs to do a movie about the Amish. But I think he needs to do it inside the Amish territory, to where he has to get to know them. I think that part would be interesting. Oh, cool, Savannah. Is that what you make? Stuff like that? There were people that attacked Skylar, saying that she's making money off of Ryan Upchurch. She's got a new shirt design, Holler Boys, that is really nice. If y'all hadn't seen it, go over to her channel. I think on her channel, she's got a link for her page. I can't think of the name of it. Etsy, I think it is. And she's got some real nice designs as well. Billy has started his line of shirts, so y'all check that out. They're really nice and not a bad price. But people were attacking her, saying that she's making money off Ryan Upchurch. She has the approval from Ryan to do that. Do you not think that she didn't ask him before doing that? See, there are people out here that have actually made shirts, made tumblers, and all that of other singers, and even went to their concerts and sell them outside. And one poor woman didn't make but a couple $100s off tumblers. And the singer's people found out about it, sued her for copyright. Now, when the singer found out, and I don't forget exactly who it was, he went to him. He's like, "Look, no, there's no way you're suing her for." I mean, it was like either 10,000 or 100,000. So this woman's doing this to try to make money for her family, especially during the way times are now. I mean, it's not like it was a rich woman that, she's just extra income. No, it wasn't Taylor Swift. It was somebody that used to be independent, went in. Actually, I think they were been mainstream for a couple of years, but no, it wasn't a female. It was a male. I do remember that. And they understood. He had it canceled, and he even helped her out. Now, is that going to happen every time? No. Should somebody make something off of an artist without their permission? No. Now, if you're going to make something just for yourself, I can see that. Sherry said, "Yeah, Luke Combs. That's who it was. Thank you." And Luke Combs, he made sure not only she wasn't getting sued, but everything was taken care of. Well, Brandy Day, I mean, I know you said it was Sissy Boy Luke Combs. Whether you like Luke Combs or not, you do have to look up to him for what he done. Even those people do something right at times that you got to tell them, that was really nice. That and all honesty, that was. Yeah, Christopher Cunningham, I had touched on that earlier. Like I said, Johnny I'm not going to be upset. You're supporting Ryan. You're putting money into his pocket, putting money into the people that work for him's pocket. Why would we be mad? Now, if you get it and you do something stupid like do a live setting it on fire or something like that, yeah, then there's going to be a lot of people upset. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like when everybody bought NWA's CDs and stuff like that, and they had the big protest on them because of the song "Fuck the Police," and they were running rollers over them, and several members got upset. But what'd they say? Don't matter to me. It's their CD. They bought it. So no, Johnny, I'm not upset at you. Matter of fact, I'm glad that you're now at a point in your life to where you can do stuff like that. Because a lot of people right now, look at the way this economy is, it's a dry that after they pay the bills, take care of the things that need to be taken care of first, the family, the bills, the important stuff. They don't have 40, 50, $100 to spend on something like that, as much as they'd want to. But people be more excited for you if you ever get off the government. When that takes place, let us know. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep working. Keep your head down. Mouth quiet. Listen to what they're telling you. Watch what they show you. Soak it in like that paint on the wall. And move on. Continue learning. Get the skill. By the time you actually learn everything about painting, you're going to have several years in. Then you can call it a career. And I know there's people out there saying, well, crackheads paint and all that. Hey, a crackhead, a true crackhead, he's not going to work. Not the ones that I've seen in life. They're so messed up, they don't know what's what. They do other things, like suck dick for dope. Y'all ever heard somebody say they done that? So other than that, and other than those, Jasmine, Martin, AD, PBR, and Johnny, y'all tell me who and what's been going on the YouTube streets in the past several weeks. Y'all catch me up to date because I'm only seeing basically the last week on a few of these. I had actually thought that YouTube had gotten quiet until I talked to Seeper, and he informed me, no, he let me know where some of the stuff went. No, Inferno, I didn't. I never seen that one. I had seen several of his stand up. I've seen. How many of y'all seen the live? I think it was last night, or AD, and it had his wife on there. I was really surprised at that. I listened to that. I mean, from what he's always said, she didn't want anything to do with the mess and all that. I thought that was kind of cool, though. There again, it was one of them late nights, nobody else on, and Sadie's back to going after everybody. Well, I mean, there's a few other people that are about like that. You've got Snaggy, which, you know, all his you have to catch on a live because he won't do anything with his channel. He won't, you know, he's too afraid. Even though he could actually do a live, then delete it, like a lot of these other ones do. But no, I think he knows nobody would go over there to watch him, to support him, only to watch and screen record. Or some people would snipe. Oh, speaking of which, so this leads back to Martin. Martin, you're such a great Christian, always talking about living the Christian life and all. And you are one of them that deletes that live as soon as it's over. But the way you constantly talk about Little Leg Day, make fun of because he only has one natural leg, is that very Christian-like? I'm just asking. You know, you would turn a lot of people away from religion, from God. If they went over there thinking you're a Christian channel and caught one of your lives, maybe some of your community posts. So that's why none of your channels ever work. And you eventually lose them or delete them or both. Because you try to be something you're not. Just be yourself. Be natural. Quit trying to impress. Quit trying to think that you're going to make it on YouTube as some big YouTuber. You're not. If you was, you'd have done that before we ever got attached with you. Which, looking back, was one of the big mistakes Creek Squad has made. You know, me and Power Stroke had the wool pulled over our eyes. But other than that, so I was catching up on chat, reading some of them. That was basically it. Kathy, how are you? Kathy's over. So they're talking about vitamins and stuff like that. She says she takes almost all non-pain meds, all vitamins. For the old hippies there. Now that's great. Okay, so here's another thing. So he's got this job that he's talked about. Apparently, it's at an Italian restaurant. So he claims. And she's working, apparently, you know, teaching and stuff like that. He doesn't have a car. Apparently, where he works is a good distance from where he lives. How's he getting back and forth to work? I mean, she has the same set time every day where she has to be. And the time she leaves may be different because grading papers or stuff like that. School meeting, parent-teacher conference. Rich, how's it going? But yeah, I mean, that's my question. How's he getting back and forth to work? He probably say something about it, I'm sure. Of course, he'll come up with something to you know what? He should have recorded where he was at, you know. They could prove that he done that instead of doing it himself. There'd be something. But see, even to that, Martin, YouTube's not our life. We don't record everything we do. We don't have to record going to Walmart and shopping. I mean, really? Or you going shopping as a couple, and yet you're just sitting there worried more about filming. There's issues there. And we don't care how much money you spend because we know what you're putting it on. Thank God for the good people that paying all them taxes. Of course, now you've got Johnny or, well, I pay taxes. I pay taxes. See, look, folks, I pay taxes. Hey, Johnny, welcome to the real world. Maybe in a few years, when you get off the government assistance, you can start saying, you know, that people should only have it for a few years to help them get up and off their feet and not for a lifetime. Still stuck in Kansas, huh? Well, hopefully you get out of there before tornadoes come back around. Oh, whoa, Savannah, hold on. You found mushroom gummies for energy at the Dollar Tree? That's amazing. And number two, I would almost be scared to try them considering they're at the Dollar Tree, or even if they were at Dollar General or Family Dollar or something like that, because were they good? Did they actually, I mean, were they so weak that it barely had an effect, or I mean, did you get the effect? They work. That's even more amazing. That's you're gonna have everybody in here going to the Dollar Tree tomorrow. And now that would be a good live. Everybody in chat and everybody on panel on mushrooms. That would be the live. Because they also have the B12 for stomach issues, huh? So you won't ever do CBD gummies ever again? Yeah, Brandy Day, could you imagine a mushroom panel? Now today said, I'll be a guinea pig. Yeah, Rich said he would eat shrooms for the first time for that. I mean, honestly, that would be one hell of an interesting live because you don't know what's going to be said. Doesn't matter what topic starts off at, it's going south and quick. It's one of them for sure. You have to mark for adults only, start late, and just hope that you're not kicked or banned afterwards. So Platinum Pro's putting out some good information. Since Joe Barron, it depends really by a good rule of thumb is a tenth of the weight of a finished shell. Joe said, sign me up for that live. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be people that if they don't have a Dollar Tree in their area, they're going to be going out of state just to see. Y'all going to see a spike in Dollar Tree's stock, you know. This information gets out all through YouTube. Yep. Well, Savannah, you know, think about talking about the 60s and acid and stuff like that. Think about mushrooms, you know, mushroom tea. Since you're speaking of the 60s and 70s, that was very popular. And stuff like that. Rich, what'd you get a strike on? Also, do they offer you the class? If it's a strike, they ought to be offering you the class where you watch that short little video. They'll ask you, I think it's 4 questions, and yeah. Yeah, Savannah, Tylenol, that's one of the things they told me to quit taking. Tylenol is extremely bad for the liver. The liver has a hard time breaking it down. Oh, last night's live. Well, like I said, it would definitely be an interesting live. Yeah, so Charlie D is asking, so Mocon had a wreck. Oh, Mocon's getting as bad as Johnny. I think Johnny's kind of helped him out, told him what to look for, how to do things. A lot of them wanted to be Strike King boss as well. Oh, Austin Reacts even tried it once. He was dumb enough to even put out there that he was going to try to strike everybody one weekend. And it didn't work out for him too well. Yeah, Country Bros. I mean, the only people that I hit up on strikes were those that have hit me multiple times. I had to deal with Johnny. I mean, Johnny's got well over 200, put out over 200 strikes on folks. and he's proud of it. Well, tattoo teardrops, it's not what you done back then as if what you're doing now. If you're still doing the things now that you used to do back then you hadn't learned. But if you've learned from your mistakes and move on from it, people are going to forgive and welcome you. Just some of these people were a lot slower, and some people just don't learn. Joe said bee pollen is where it's at. I tell you what, so beginning of spring and all that, like allergies and all that kick in, if you have someone that raises bees locally in your area and you get honey from them, and it has to be local. Now, I ain't saying go to Kroger's or Walmart or something like that and just buy honey. You'll notice a big difference. Now, see, Mocon's another one. So, I mean, look at all the years that he's went after Triple T. Pretty much attacked Ryan with its jealousy and other people. And his channel just never, I mean, you can go over there on his lives and there's 2 or 3 people. That's it. It does, Tam. 1 tablespoon a day. Or if, it's like maybe you get some toast and honey, pour that on there, and yeah. Randy Day, have you ever put, like, if you get a Hershey's candy bar and you get the dark chocolate, if you take half of one of them little blocks, maybe 3/4, but I wouldn't really advise a full block, break it up real well. I mean, the finer the better. Put it in your coffee cup, pour that coffee in there. Dark chocolate is great for the body. Now, to eat dark chocolate, I do not like to eat dark chocolate. But when I was drinking coffee, put it off in there, and I had a boxer that got me on that. Matter of fact, he was on I think it's called the Challenger. It was on ESPN. It was a little boxing show that they used to have on season 2. Roy Barrett from Jamaica. He was an Olympic boxer. Came in, went pro, ended up getting hurt. Worked for him over, me and him worked side by side over Wolf Industries as painters. Yeah, Savannah, raw unfiltered honey is the best. Now, a little more expensive, folks, but you get what you pay for. But saying that, Johnny, that don't mean because you pay over $30,000 for your car that you were getting something exceptionally well. You just got screwed. Oh, tattoo teardrops. No, I mean here's the thing. So somebody dealing with an addiction. Now, if they're just coming off, that's one thing. But somebody that's been off a couple of years, they shouldn't really have any issue with it. Like my addiction was drinking. And hell, it wasn't 6, 7 months afterwards. I could go to bars with friends and it didn't bother me a bit. But that's also on the person. I mean, you got to be strong. You got to keep a strong mind. And, I mean, I didn't go every weekend. It wasn't my thing. We ended up up there and it didn't bother me. It's kind of like when I quit smoking until I found out that I'll put a death date on me. I mean, after a while, it didn't bother me if I went to a restaurant and I sat in a smoking section back when you could smoke in restaurants before the state screwed all that up. Yeah, Kathy, the first one's always the hardest. I guess I was fortunate in a way in that sense because I was so young when it started with me and just like continued in a row. Um, which don't make it any easier. It just my ex brother-in-law, he was probably in his 40s before he actually dealt with the first death in his family. He had already dealt with several deaths in our family. Um, and I mean, he really didn't know what to do. It was his grandmother. He was extremely close to her. I mean, and he was lost. Joe says, for all y'all out there, make sure that no high just corn syrup is in your honey. Let me highlight that. And I'll say, like, so, several people were telling me during my treatment, when I was doing treatments, ivermectin, they were sending me the information on it. They were telling me about it and everything. And I mean, for 6 to 8 months before I ever got on it, Seeper's, him and his mother was pulling up information, sending it over to Seeper sending it to me left and right. I'd be on the phone with Seeper and she would be in the background, tell them this, tell them that. And I mean, she kept me well informed on it. And yeah, so they're the ones, all y'all are the ones that actually got me on it. Seeper with being a big, he played a great big role, him and his mom. Shout out to his mom too. I mean, I know a lot of y'all don't know her, never or anything about her, but yeah, she's a great woman. That's another thing. So a lot of people in the 2 years me and Seeper's been doing shows on here and all that, they don't like Seeper. They say they don't like the way he doxes people or pulls up people's information and all that. And he don't do it unless they went after him or if we know it's a bad person, like he's pulled some people information that were a P to warn people on here. But Seeper's very knowledgeable, and he's one that would help you whether he likes you or not. If he knows something's really truly wrong, he's not going to stand by and watch you lose a house or go a month without your medicine. I mean, if you really, he's not going to do that. No, T-Dam, he's never went after anybody unprovoked. Seeper's actually a pretty laid back guy. And so, yeah, I mean, a lot of people used to talk about, I'd go on a panel because they were talking bullshit about him and, they'd make fun of that and vice versa. I mean, there'd be times I would pick up the phone and click on YouTube and he's on a panel defending me where someone was talking about me, saying things about my cancer or something like that. And, yeah, I mean, if people didn't know better, they think me and him's known one another for 15, 20 years. Sherry, I've known people that used to be on here, and I'm not going to mention any names, but done the horse worming meds, or they done the worming meds, and it helped them. Like I said, I'm not going to mention no names because that's me putting their information out there, and whether they want it out there or not, I don't know. But I've heard a lot of people in the past year and a half, 2 years talking about that. And the thing about it is there's documentation on stuff like that from other countries. But this great country that we live in won't allow any of that because, well, it's money out of these politicians. Cancer is a big thing. It's a fucked up thing. But yeah, to the politicians and all these, it's a moneymaker. It's kind of like a war, I figure, hey, you got to have it. It's population control. Carlos, what did Square do now? And the reason like I told y'all, I may watch one live of his a month. So, I mean, I never really know what's going on over there. Yeah, I was kind of waiting on a response. I got quiet. I was reading chat and waiting on that response there. I mean, poor Square. I don't think that the guy will ever learn. Yeah, I mean, he brings it upon himself. And to be honest with you, I think he likes being, as you say, owned. I think that gives him a sense of contact with or connection with Workyverse, and even though he's not on the same side, he just feels like he's a big part of them. Yeah, he's definitely a strange little guy. I've seen father and sons coming back together. Oh, so Brandy Day, you don't like movies like Arachnophobia and stuff like that? Yeah, Bruno, I mean, in his head, he thinks he is because he's been a fan for so long. But yeah, with the things he's done and all that, that's just proves to anybody with any common sense whatsoever that he's just a fan of the music. He's not a true OG creaker. That was his biggest downfall. But I mean, it is what it is. He brought it on himself, and Randy, get you a boot rack. Put your shoes on it upside down. Oh no, he didn't spend any money on CDs. They're all burned and sent to him. I mean, now with that said, you got to admit he would, as much as he has, much time as he's invested with Ryan, or not with Ryan, but all his information and stuff. He's got to be knowledgeable. I mean, if there was a game, a Ryan Upchurch game ever put out, and his thing, he would be knowledgeable on a bunch of the stuff. No, Fat Square, you can't. I mean, and Johnny's thing was I didn't attack him. I called him out. Johnny calling him out's one thing, but no, you went full force, attack, threats. Like I said, tried to extort the family, along with other things. So yeah. Well, now Blue Eyes, I tell you what he needs to do. I mean, he probably needs to, and that's probably how he learned. But he probably needs to watch some YouTube videos on how to do painting. I don't know if these guys are actually spending much time with him, or if he lied to him and told him he'd been painting for quite some time. It would definitely be real easy to tell how knowledgeable he is. Yeah, I mean, just the first day he went in there and painted, you'd be able to tell, how much he knew, how much time he's painted, and they probably figured, yeah, this guy's going to be a gopher, and we'll let him do some trim work for the painters. Also, Johnny, a good painter, not going to be wearing the clothing you're wearing. Just saying. Now, what I'd like to see is when Johnny has to do a house or a business to where it's 15-foot walls that are open, maybe 20 foot, where it's a 2-story but open on some side. See how he handles that. Yeah, you run up on that, Johnny. Set your little phone down where you can record it and do it. Oh, Blue Eyes, whatever he tried wallpapering would be crooked as hell. And of course, to find the real good wallpaper now is kind of hard. I mean, a lot of the stuff now you see is that peel and stick. Because my wife wanted to wallpaper the bedroom and the den, and ended up pretty much the kitchen, because the den and kitchen's open. And my God, we searched for forever to find actually good wallpaper. Yeah, Square and Johnny are almost identical. For the most part, they are. There's some things about Square that's even worse than Johnny. That's why they all were good over there at Chains together. Yeah. Now his live Johnny had a live earlier, and it was only like 22 minutes long. Is it me, or did that look like a different car from the inside? Y'all tell me. The one, for those of you in chat that's seen it, did that not look like a different car? And to be honest with you, I didn't see too much of it because I'm doing some stuff in here, making some changes. As Inferno said, yes, it did. I said, someone asked in chat if he got a new car. Oh, Savannah, wings and an air fryer is awesome. I'd done that probably the first time 2.5, maybe 3 years ago. And just, yeah, I won't go back to a fryer. Also, something else that I like in the air fryer is a grilled cheese sandwich. Just put mayonnaise on the outside of the bread, and it's actually healthier for you that way using mayonnaise, whether you use it in an air fryer or in the pan. But yeah, and of course I always add at least 2 pieces of cheese, but in between the cheese, like a slice of ham. We did for a while. I mean, I got hooked on our air fryer, and it was like any and everything I could, I put in there. Inferno says I made donuts in air fryer before. Didn't turn out. Yeah, I was gonna say I really wouldn't think that would be too good. They would really need to. I would think they'd really need the grease for that, but well, I never was big on making donuts. My sister, every Saturday or Sunday, for as long as I can remember, even when she was in high school, she would make donuts. Someone told me, so like tomorrow night, I'm fixing a pork tenderloin with garden style rice, peas, a few other things. Someone told me to do the pork tenderloin in the air fryer and gave me the recipe on how to do it. I don't know. I've always been a fan of putting it in the skillet, browning every single side, even the ends on it. And if I don't take it or if I don't do it on the smoker, putting it in the oven. I would, like I said, go frying pan, put it let it rest, and then put it in the oven and finish out. Yeah, Fernando, there's a good question. How do you do a cheesecake in the air fryer? And I may not really want to know because I would be trying to make them all the time, which would be okay with me, but my wife can't eat them anymore. So I'm trying to go on her diet, which is odd because her diet is the diet I was supposed to went on when I got sick. And I wouldn't change my ways. I mean, hey, I'm going to eat what I want. If I want a steak, which y'all have seen where me and her went to the restaurants and do it, I'm just going to eat what I want to, unless it's spicy. I can't eat spicy foods because of all that chemo. It really it tore all that up. But now once they put her on that diet, and she's on a real strict diet, a lot of stuff now is sugar free and all that. The other day, went to go pick up some stuff. Some of the stuff that I eat, me and her ate together. She had to get sugar free, and she went to go grab the regular for me. And I said, no. I said, just get the sugar free. I said, there's no use getting one for you, one for me. I said, I'll go this route. Now that she does know I'm not giving up my Dr. Peppers, that would be cause for divorce. But no, outside of that, pretty much when it comes to the snacks, some of the foods and like that, I don't mind. And all honesty, it's healthier. What's it going to do? Kill me? I mean, come on. Yeah. So it's just a little give and take. I keep giving, she keeps taking. So yeah, Inferno, I did try the cream soda Dr. Pepper, but by mistake. So I grabbed it thinking it was a regular Dr. Pepper, paid for it, went out to the car, popped it open. I was dying of thirst that day. It was one of the days that we had here last month that was with the heat index well over 100. Took a big old gulp of it and threw the door open and spit it out, thinking something was wrong with the Dr. Pepper. Then I realized, no, it was cream soda. It wasn't bad, but I wasn't expecting it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Christopher Cunningham, are you joking? So they have Dr. Pepper ice cream. Now, I've ate several of the different flavored ice creams, the Kit Kat and stuff like that. Who's making that? Please let me know if if it's Bluebell or Purity or one of them, because I will definitely be on the lookout for that. I also like, if I don't have a root beer float, every once in a while, I'll do a Dr. Pepper float. Yeah, small things like that. Yeah, I will cheat on this and have like she can't have ice cream. Sherbet she can have, but she can't have ice cream. $904 Mike, how's it going, buddy? For the most part, been doing okay. Past few days I've been doing great. Finally rolled out of bed today, and could have done it yesterday. Probably could have done this live yesterday, but I just wanted to get another good day's rest in before I done it. Kathy, so for the most part, she's doing good. Every once in a while, there'll be a day or two where when she goes to get up, if she doesn't sit like on the edge of the bed for 10, 15 seconds before standing up, she gets dizzy spells. If she bends over to feed the cats or water in their bowl or something like that, she gets extremely dizzy when she's back up. And it's her blood pressure is one thing we got to watch out for, because they took her off her blood pressure medicine in the hospital and told her to stay off of it until she sees her doctor. Well, she don't even see the kidney doctor and all until I think it's a week after next. And so we got to keep a close eye on that, because, there may be times that it's low and then you may check it hours later and it's way high. And, that's for man or woman, that's silent killer. I mean, that can lead to a stroke, a heart attack. Oh, Savannah, right now I've got 4 6-packs sitting beside the refrigerator, and I think it's 5 6-packs in my little refrigerator, not counting the Gatorades. And then I've got some in our little refrigerator in the bedroom, along with my Ensures, and then got some in the kitchen. So yeah, I've got them a little bit of everywhere. I catch them on sale and I'll buy them up. Yes, Inferno, I drink the bottles. I used to drink cans and bottles when I started chemo. Cans was the worst for me because I'd kill a can in a second. But when I started chemo, the only time we could drink out of a can was during a treatment. Once the treatment's over with, you don't drink out of a can and you don't drink anything cold. But during the treatment, while they're giving you the chemo and all, you can drink something cold as can be, ice down, and it won't affect you. I never understood, and I never even asked, but never did understand that. If you were to drink something, say 5 days after treatment, and it was iced down, you would have a real bad. Number one, your chest and stomach's going to feel it bad. Plus, it's going to be rough on your stomach. Plus, a real bad metallic. I don't care if you're drinking out of a glass or what. It just wasn't a good thing. So, for the most part, during chemo, during the first, oh God, a little over 2 years on that treatment, I drank stuff room temperature. And I hate room temperature Dr. Pepper. Let me tell you. Savannah says she'd rather have her Mountain Dew than food. There are a lot of folks like that. I know some people that have got every 12-pack case. Now, they may not have the cans in them now, and they've even got a can of each of every flavor ever put out. Because a lot of them flavors that they've put out for limited time never came back and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, I thought Dr. Pepper drinkers were fanatics. No, Mountain Dew drinkers have got it on the top of the list right there. And I don't know if any of y'all have ever watched this channel, but Penguin ZO is the name of the channel. They done a taste test of every flavor that Mountain Dew has ever put out, even the ones that had not been out in 3 or 4 years, they were able to get hold of. Some of the flavors that have been put out, you can only get at Taco Bell. Taco Bell's got a contract with them. And a lot of times, some of these special ones are put out at Taco Bell's before the stores. But there's some flavors that are put out only at Taco Bell. But yeah, they done him and his buddy tasted every single one of them and would rate them. Arnold says KFC has an exclusive Dew. See, I hadn't been to KFC in a couple of years. I didn't even know they had a contract like that with Dew, other than just to distribute. So Cashville's Funyuns. I do know Seeper's been extremely sick. He matter of fact, when y'all heard it go off, that was him texting me back. So I think he's still under the weather. Matter of fact, I don't even know if he knows that I'm live. I had told him I was going live at 8, but he probably figured just being me wasn't going to be long, or wasn't going to be on there long because the way my health has been. But so KFC and Taco Bell are owned by the same parent company. I did not know that. I knew Taco Bell and oh heck, it used to be a fish company that they were tied in with and all. Inferno, y'all still got Purple Thunder there? See, that's like okay, well, we're going to start get back on food and all, but Lay's potato chips when they put out limited edition. So they break it down into 3 different areas for the US. And so like here in Tennessee, there's going to be a couple of them that they put out that we won't get. Now, if we travel out of state, well, we may run into where one of them's got it or something like that. And there have been times when they're first brought out, you can get them through Amazon. But without that said, and there were some really good ones put out a couple years ago that I won't. I mean, when they released what they were going to be a couple months before the release date, I'm like, I want certain play. I wanted them. Yeah, couldn't get them. Could not get them. And in different countries, when they do a release thing, they do release things for over in other countries. They have totally different flavors that some of them sounded pretty awesome. And some of them are great. Now, to compare a bag of Lay's from Japan to the US, and I wish I still had them bags, would be awesome as hell. My son sent me a couple when they were done the releases when he was stationed in Japan. Which I made a joke about because it was like he's the one in the service, but yet he's sending a care package to his dad instead of us doing it to him. Yeah, it was Dr. Pepper Coconut is my favorite drink ever. Inside Corners, I've never heard of that one. How long was that out? So Cashville Spanian says the education system is all lies. You're clueless, Wade. It's not all lies. There's a lot of things about the education system that needs major restructuring. I will give you that. But you can't say all of it. And it's getting worse, Cashville Funyuns. So when they're taking things out of the history books because some people were offended by it, you cannot teach history by removing history. Can't be done. What if a lot of people didn't like what happened during World War II, wanted everything about World War II removed from the history books? How are you going to teach history on war? But yeah, I will agree with the education system needs a major overhaul. And to be honest with you, it's been that way since late 70s, early 80s. And now here's my reasoning. The biggest thing that for schools where they screwed up, you start taking prayer out of it and discipline. You don't allow the principals and all that to do them. You're giving that school system, you're handing your kid over to them to not only protect them, which they're failing at, but to teach them and to correct them when they're wrong. You start taking that stuff out, then 20, 25 years later, allowing certain individuals to go in the hallway, or they make special rooms so they can lay their prayer mats down, face to a certain direction and have prayer, when other kids are not allowed to pray to whomever they believe in. That's an issue I have. Also, and this isn't racist, but I have a problem with forced busing. Keep all kids in their local communities in the same school. If a parent elects to send their kid outside of that area, then that's on them. That's not on the school system to pick them up. But don't make a kid ride a bus for an hour, hour and a half because you want to get numbers correct. Let the kids go to school in their community with the kids that they're growing up with. They're kids. But it's a money issue. Goes right back to the politicians we were talking about earlier. If a kid's in school for 2 hours, they get paid per child per day. Inside Corners, I'm glad you brought that up. So, I seen a video a few weeks back. He's holding a sign that says marriage equals one man plus one woman, or one man, one woman equals marriage, something to that extent. And right above it, he's got the rainbow flag. This guy walks up to him, and he's going after him. He's attacking him. You know, that's just not right. Any gender, man can marry a man, a woman can marry a woman, and all that. I said, whoa, he's don't attack me. He said, I don't identify as a straight white male. And the guy said, what do you identify as? He goes, I'm a gay cat. And the guy said, oh, you're just being, He said, no, wait a minute, hold on. He goes, if a boy can identify as a girl and a girl can identify as a boy, he said, why can't I identify as a gay cat? He said, see, all y'all have bent over left and right to get things changed just to fit y'all's narrative. And that's fine. But then someone speaks against it. Y'all don't like it. He goes, y'all know, sooner or later, it's going to be changed back to the way it was. I thought, oh my God. But the way he put it, the word, it was like, oh my God, this guy just holding a sign, speaking his truth, got attacked by, and knowing darn good and well that it was going to, reversed it, and the guy at the end walked away, didn't know what to say. It was like, that was freaking awesome. I'd come up with the whole thing of, if they're happy, I'm talking about gay marriage and all that, more power to them, as long as they know that what they have to deal with when they die. And as long as with the gay rights and all that, hey, you don't bother me, I won't bother you. I lost a job 1990 because of that. Had a supervisor that was gay, openly gay, and had a woman there that I worked with that she used to pinch me on the ass, and I'd pinch her on the ass. We'd go around pulling meds where I worked. And I got pinched on the ass one day, turned around thinking it was her, and no, it was him. I took a bottle of Zerontin, which I don't know if y'all are familiar with the bottles for that. It's got to be about a half-inch thick, brown glass all the way around, and I took it to his temple. And Chief Joe Casey, which used to be the sheriff here in Davidson County, was head of security, called me into the security office and fired me. Well, a couple weeks later, that same manager ended up getting a beat down for doing the same thing to another employee. And yeah, it's like, you don't put hands on somebody that is not that way. I had a woman that I used to work with ask me why it didn't bother me, her being a lesbian. I said, well, how can it? I said, I'm a lesbian trapped in a man's body. But I'll let her know, religiously, if you ask me if I think it's wrong, I'm going to tell you. So, I got too much to worry on my plate for stuff like that. It was, yeah, she laughed, thought that was the funniest damn thing, and went on, and we were friends for years until she moved out of state. And my wife didn't have any problems with her. Matter of fact, they were good friends. She was probably one of the first ones at the hospital when my son was born. I got the call at work, and I think she took off probably 5-10 minutes after hell she had to. But yeah. Orange cream pops. The Frosties are good. Yeah, I've never been too much for orange cream pops. I don't know why. Everybody else in my family loved them. Oh, it's weird. Some of the weirdest food that you wouldn't think sounded good, but once you try it, was actually good. I mean, you heard people always complain, does pineapple go on a pizza? Well, depending on what toppings you've got on that pizza, pineapple's pretty damn good. Now, if I was going to make a homemade pizza at the house, no, that wouldn't be on the top list. But I had people tell me one day, I'd seen it done, sitting there on break, and they got their fries, their Big Mac or quarter pounder, whatever it was, and they put this pile of mayonnaise beside their fries. Now, normally, people either put ketchup beside their fries or all over their fries. Me, I like to go ahead and just put it on the fries and put the salt on it. I know the salt's going to be there because it's in the ketchup, but they were dipping their fries in the mayonnaise. And I thought that's got to be the nastiest damn thing. They had me try it. Actually, it wasn't that damn bad. Baja Blast favorite taco sauce. Now, Inferno, is that something that they had like at Walmart, the Taco Bell taco sauce flavor? Fries and a shake, no mayo. Yeah. Oh, yeah. To me, Kathy, you give me tater tots and a strawberry milkshake from Sonic, I'm set. But yeah, my wife, she was a big French fry lover, and a lot of times I would fix tater tots, which now she can't even have that. So that's like, now I don't know if y'all have ever had this, but nachos. Everybody loves nachos. How many of y'all had barbecue nachos? So with barbecue nachos, it's just like awesome. It just moves it to the next flavor. What we do, I'll put on the pan half tortilla shells, half nacho Doritos. Mix them together, lay them out on the pan. With the Doritos, it's actually even better. Oh, Inferno, yeah, like the barbecue Fritos. Since you mentioned Fritos, I love like Frito pies. Savannah Jordan says mayo, honey mustard, ketchup, and barbecue. Yeah, the one like the Crystal. A few years back, they came out with the crisscross chili cheese fries. And I didn't care if I was just going there to pick up Crystals for my wife. When they had them, I had to get a big order of them. Sherry said Frito pies once a week. I got hooked on them years ago. Now, my mother-in-law and her mom were the biggest bingo fanatics. And my wife used to play bingo with them before me and her got together. And my wife has always done good when she went. It don't matter. I went with them a few times, and I got hooked on the Frito pies there at the bingo hall in Franklin, Kentucky. And oh my God, Yes, that's right. Even when I was young, I went and played bingo. Oh yeah, I mean they're all I mean I got in a kick one year. This is way before I ever got sick. Fixing carnival food, and so we done the deep fried Oreos, and the biggest thing that my son and them like, of course, I would always fix fried pickles, but I started doing deep fried Kool-Aid. And this is before you seen them on the carnival shows and all that. I'd seen the recipe somewhere, and I'm like, well, I'm going to try that because it don't sound like it would really work, or if it did, it'd be that good. Oh my goodness, they were freaking amazing. There's no telling how many of them little round tubs of Kool-Aid we went through that summer. Savannah said peppers and onions on sausage. Yep. We, up until she got sick, used to do that quite a bit. But with the deep fried Kool-Aid, what it is so you would get your batter. When you fix it, you want to put it in the freezer just for a couple minutes, bring it out with your scoop, get it about halfway. So you want it to where it's just around the scoop, but open in the center. Put the Kool-Aid in it and then finish off. Put it on a pan. It's got parchment paper on it. Put them back in the freezer for 30 minutes. Bring them out. Drop them in the fryer like you're fixing a hush puppy. When you would bite down, there would be an explosion of Kool-Aid. And it was like, holy shit. Hey, congratulations, Sherry. God, I hadn't been to a casino in forever. Back in the day, the best thing about the casinos were going in there to the buffets. They used to be cheap, and you got all kind of excellent food. Yeah, Savannah, it'd be nice. Yeah, stuff like that. My wife was the one. She was the lucky one on. Um, Slot machines. I mean, of course, years ago she got mad. She played the slot machine for about an hour, and the last 20, 30 minutes, it just died out on her. She got up, sat down the one next to it. This woman came over that had been watching her periodically, filled it up, pulled the lever, and the light and all went off. And my wife was like, son of a bitch. You know, one more pull and she could have had it, but you know, that's just the luck of the draw. Me, there could be a drawing for a brand new car between two people and I would lose. Just, yeah. It come to something like that, it just my sister-in-law, same way, but her game was roulette. She'd tear a roulette wheel up. All right, Brandy B, I appreciate you coming in, helping out, being with us. She's going to bed. I'm glad I'm feeling better. Well, thank you. Oh, and part of yeah, my mother-in-law And her mom, when she was alive, they would spend tons of money on the pull tabs. However, I'd seen it to where it worked out in their benefit. You know, they'd get a number and it'd be attached to one of the games. And yeah, they would come out smelling like roses. My dad, gambling wise, no, not at all. I asked him several years back if he'd ever played the lottery here. So, you know, when Tennessee got it, and a few years after we got it, and he's like, no, he said, just never messed with it, nor buying any scratch offs or anything like that. A couple weeks later, he called me. He said, well, he said, I figured I'd try my luck at it. And he said, I won on a scratch off. I'm like, oh, okay. He said, well, guess how much I won? I'm sitting here thinking he probably won 10, 15 bucks. He's like, no. He said, guess again. I'm like, what, 50? No. Take another guess. I don't know, Dad. What, 100? He goes, no. He said, you're not going to believe this. He said, my first time ever buying them. I said, well, what'd you win? He goes, 10,000. I'm like, bullshit. Ain't no damn way. I've been playing since the day they installed them here. So I go to Jolton. I think it was the following day or so, because it was around the weekend. Yeah, he had hit one for $10,000. Had to go into Nashville to the office there to claim it and fill this form out. Called me a few weeks later and said, well, so I thought I'd try my luck again. I'm like, well, Dad, you know, you're up quite a bit. You know, why don't you just go ahead and give it up? He said, well, I won. I said, well, what'd you win this time? A couple hundred? He said, no. He said, I won another 10,000. I'm like, there ain't no damn way. I said, same kind of ticket? And he goes, no. That year alone, when they sent the paperwork back to him, he had cleared, or 38,000 was in what we had in winnings. What he spent that entire year, there's no telling, but he was hooked. He had won, like I said, back to back in a week or two. And then the third one came several months later, or the other ones came several months later. But they were several small ones, but one that I would have been gladly to accept, you know. I'm sitting here thinking, how are you this damn lucky? And all from the same store. It's a little place up there in Jolton on top of Germantown Hill. A little beer and smoke tobacco place. A friend of his owned it, and yeah. I get $20 a head, and I'm happy. I feel like I've accomplished something. And it seems like, you know, the actual lottery, when it gets up there, a couple 100,000, yeah, I'll play a few numbers, but I don't do it like I used to. But the state's happy with it, with all the taxes, and if they want to be even happier, they'll legalize marijuana. Oh, and now, did you ever watch the shows where people won the big lotteries? You know, they won several million and all that. And then you see a couple years later, they're flat broke. And it's like, how do you win 200-300 million and be broke 3 years later? What did you not do? Did you not talk to any financial, you know? And you talking about greedy? There was one woman that, so when she won, she brought it up at church, and she promised church like 20%. It was more than the 10%. Well, a couple years later, because of the guy she was with, he had major legal issues, always getting arrested and stuff like that. Plus, the way they, like I said, spent, it was just out of control. She was broke. She ended up back with her 2 jobs that she had, and one of them was at the Waffle House. I think the other one was at a Walmart. The church that she made the promise to ended up suing her. Because that was on one of them shows. It's like, holy shit. You know, talking about a hell of a church there. They're going to sue you because they didn't get the money that you promised them that you won from an event that churches don't support. Yeah, it's just kind of weird. But folks, I think I'm going to get off here, get me a bite to eat, kick back with my wife. Well, she's asleep now, but probably watch a little TV. Media said my brother married a woman who had 1.5 million, blew all her money and left her. Well, I hope he left her before it was all gone, therefore he could divorce her and get half. And Farno, so when they went to court and she didn't have nothing, they showed parts of the courts. It was just a big, no one really won. I think it more or less got thrown out, but it was kind of funny. And sad at the same time, but it's kind of funny, them showing parts of the courts, them discussing it. I mean, because this one preacher, he was hell-bent on getting that money for the church. You know, it's the church that needed it. It was the church. And it's, in his eyes, I think some of that money from the church was going to his pocket. But yeah, but it ended up, she went back to having 2 jobs. She got sued. The guy she was with ended up serving like 7 or 8 years for some crimes. And he used the heck out of that woman with legal fees and getting in and out of jail each time. And I mean, yeah, but it was interesting. So, but y'all keep an eye out. There's going to be a membership live coming up probably in 2 days. Who knows? I may do it tomorrow, but I'll definitely have notifications set out early enough. Y'all will know. And yeah, because I'm definitely going to do them weekly. And now, like I said, Martin, you know, if you're really that worried about what we say in membership lives, spend your $3 a month. You know, come on over. But with that said, y'all have a great night. Appreciate all y'all coming in, sticking it out with me, showing support. And until next time, I'll see y'all then. Y'all have a great night.